Yo, what's going on? It's your boy SL550, and this is the N.G.L.A podcast. And I'm so excited about getting everything up and running that I was like, you know what, man, let me go ahead and get another video going. So, this, so first of all, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel, man. I'm not just going to have politics, even though I'm just really in tune right now with this whole politics thing, but I'm definitely going to have on various different things, man. I'm just starting, just getting out, and right now this is the most exciting shit right now on the internet. All of this stuff that's going on with this immigration thing. Yo, what's going on what's going on? Like, I don't understand. Something is happening with with the stream for some reason. I don't understand. For some reason, something is happening, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna just continue, man, and see what happens. Uh, everything was, I think it was fine earlier. I'm really not sure what was going on, but forget all that, man. We gonna rock out and until they stop. It is what it is. So this is a video. The illegal immigrants that they so-called fighting for. They don't care, bro. It's all theatrics, bro. But make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel, man. And definitely turn on your notifications so you can get more content. And you will get more content. Definitely not just politics, man. We're going to get into different things. Like I said, I'm just starting out, just getting everything pretty much in order. The audio, with the video and everything. Definitely was a process, bro, but we getting into it now, man. So definitely expect for me to be uploading content on a regular basis now. I'm talking about every day, man. Because honestly, I'd rather go live, bro. I just want to go live. You know what I mean? Reactive videos. Had some fun with it, man. So let's get into this video right here with my boy Jesse Waters.
Get any traction. No one takes these people seriously anymore. The man looks like Code Pink. And men should never act like that. Lunging at women, screaming hysterically, close to tears. Get a hold of yourself, Senator. You're a member of the world's greatest deliberative body. You're supposed to move the country through soaring oratory and eloquent speeches. Or you write laws. That's literally
with this video. What? With this video. What? We gonna figure it out. Oh, let's do this. Let's do this, people.
Yeah, you.
All right, here we go.
Now, we don't know what was in the water in D.C. today, but Bobby Kennedy should test it. Padilla is trying to act tough for his base, raise money, and get handcuffed. Now Democrat senators are joining the riots. Alex Padilla.
Man. I'll tell you this, man. This going live thing is
from California
definitely
got handcuffed inside of a federal building this afternoon for lunging at a cabinet secretary. Kristi Noem was in Los Angeles giving a press conference about the riots when the senator barged in and ran at her, yelling and screaming.
Sir, hands up, hands up. I'm Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the secretary because the fact of the matter is.
So real quick, so I was having some issues with the stream, man. But this is what it is going live, man. So, you know, it is what it is, man. I kind of, to be honest, I kind of fuck with it, man. It's like organic. I'm learning at the same time, you know. Got a little bullshit going on, and you know, video going out or whatever, shit lagging. But it is what it is, man. You know. But let's get back to this video, man.
Violent criminals that you're rotating on your hands off.
Hands off. Look at this guy, man. This dude is a clown, bro. Doing all of this for what?
Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
If you let my hands go, put them behind my back.
All right. Cool. Other hand. Lay flat. Lay flat.
Other hand, sir. Other hand.
Democrats must have known about the stunt ahead of time because within minutes, Newsom yelled dictator, and Congress burst out of their offices.
I just saw something that sickened my stomach. The manhandling of a United States senator. We need immediate answers to what the hell went on.
As if made to kneel before the authority of the executive because he was so-called disrespectful. If you could make Alex Padilla forcibly kneel before this executive, when does it stop?
As a combat veteran, I want to know what this House is going to do, but because a senior senator was attacked, illegally attacked, and drugged to the ground.
MSNBC's acting like Trump fired on Fort Sumter.
This is a big escalation of what has been happening in California. Born to immigrants, he himself is the pride of much of the Latino community in the Los Angeles area. To see him manhandled in this way, like a common everyday protester, is going to be particularly jarring for many who are watching from California.
The senator wasn't arrested, wasn't charged, didn't go to jail, but was able to arrange a press conference immediately after.
If this is how the Department of Homeland Security responds to a senator with a question, you can only imagine what they're doing to farm workers, to cooks, to day laborers out in the Los Angeles community and throughout California and throughout the country.
Was he almost crying? I think he was. Noam says if he wanted to ask her a question, he could have just called.
You know, I had a conversation with the senator after this. We sat down for 10 to 15 minutes and talked about the fact that nobody knew say who he was, that until he was already had been lunging forward and people were trying to detain him for quite a period of time.
Bro, this is the second time I did this, bro. This is the second time I did this, bro. I was muted, bro. It's so funny, bro, because I watched Barry Cunningham, and he did this a couple of times. It's so funny that I'm doing it. It's hilarious, like. But anyway, what I was saying basically in a nutshell was that it's all theater, bro. These people do not give a fuck about who they gotta use. They don't care. They don't care about these illegal immigrants, bro. They're gonna do anything to fight Trump, bro. That's all it's about. It's to try to make Trump's administration look bad, bro. Nobody, like I said, bro, nobody knew who this dude was, bro. I've been following the campaign. I've been following it before Trump got elected, bro. I've never seen this dude, Alex Padilla, bro. And they talking about he's this pillar of we never heard of him. And he said in California, I heard of Gavin Newsom. You know what I'm saying? But I never heard of this dude, bro. This is how you know that this stuff, and it's all set up, bro. They already know what they're going to do. They already know. They know exactly what they're going to do ahead of time, bro. You seen my last video with Alex Jones and the guy that was on the Joe Rogan show, bro. That was in 2023. And the joint with Alex Jones, that was this year, earlier this year, in the beginning of the year, before all of this stuff even happened. He said verbatim what was going to happen. That means that he has reliable sources. That's why I tell people, I don't watch the news, bro. I watch people that follow, the people that are in tune with reliable sources that is going to give you real information. Bro, people be, saying, Alex Jones, conspiracy theorists, and all of this stuff. Bro, he be having the information, bro. That was in February, bro. That was in my last video. Go check that video out. If you want to see what I'm talking about, man. Like these people, it's a movie, bro. Point blank, period. It's a movie, bro. These people do not care about illegal immigrants. They do not care about you. They do not care about me. That's why they trying to do any and everything, bro. It doesn't matter what Trump does. It could be great for America. It could be concrete facts that the policy that he's passing is going to benefit Americans in every way, shape, or form, and they're still going to say no. They're still going to say no, bro. These people do not give a fuck about us, bro. And people need to wake the fuck up, bro, for real. They need to wake up and understand that we in a time where that these people obviously just want to hurt America, bro, in every way, shape, or form. You've seen what they did. And my thing is, I got into politics as far as just paying attention to what's going on during these last 4 years when Joe Biden was in office because, bro, come on, bro. Shit got bad, bro. Even during, and they never said it was a recession or nothing. You didn't hear any type of that, any talk like that. Even though inflation was up all the way up to 9%, people didn't talk about recession. You ain't even hear that word, really. To be honest, I don't think you heard it at all. But in 2008, they said it was in a recession. People weren't living the way they were living now, bro. This is check to check. This is, you got to borrow money to pay the phone bill type shit, bro. This shit is insane.
We're leaders, we're public servants, and if he had requested a meeting, I would have loved to have sat down and had a conversation with him. That coming into a press conference like this is political theater.
The FBI says Padilla never identified himself and wasn't wearing his Senate security pin. And no one recognized him because no one knows who Senator Padilla is. He's the least recognized senator in the entire Senate. I'm sorry. So a guy wearing street clothes barges into a press conference just yards away from a cabinet secretary and starts lunging at her and screaming. Secretary Noam Security saw him as a threat, and he pushed the federal officers back. He could have been a stalker, an impersonator, or any yahoo off the street. Trump was just shot. You can't have random people lunging at cabinet secretaries. These are the people who say no one's above the law. They arrested Trump 4 times and charged him with 94 crimes, but they think being pushed out of a room crossed a line? Come on. Anyone else would have been treated the same way. Police were just doing their jobs and removing a protester, and now Democrats want to hold hearings.
Will you commit on the record to subpoenaing Kristi Noem because a U.S. senator was just thrown to the ground and detained in his own
Democrats can't follow the rules, can't follow the law, can't follow the rules.
Shut up.
Just shut up.
No, you don't. No, you're not going to tell me to shut up.
How do you get him in order? You're running for this.
Not like that.
He has been out of order 6 times. He's trying to get on MSNBC. You probably knocked.
I get it.
Somebody off MSNBC to get on there.
I think because he's been arrested as a former Antifa member, right?
Back to order, Ms. Green. Go.
He's a former Antifa member, Mr. Chairman.
You got
no
it.
surprise.
Who's a former Antifa member? Me?
Yeah, you.
Now, we don't know what was in the water in D.C. today, but Bobby Kennedy should test it. Padilla is trying to act tough for his base, raise money, and get handcuffed so he can call Trump Mussolini. They'll spit this clip out, and the media's going to run with it, but it's not going to get any traction. No one takes these people seriously anymore. The man looks like Code Pink, and men should never act like that. Lunging at women, screaming hysterically, close to tears. Get a hold of yourself, Senator. You're a member of the world's greatest deliberative body. You're supposed to move the country through soaring oratory and eloquent speeches. Or you write laws. That's literally your job, to write laws. He's gone loco. Tampon, JB Back Ribs, and Hochul were all on Capitol Hill begging for Homan to arrest him.
If Tom Homan comes to Albany to arrest me, I'll say, go for it.
If Tom Homan were to come to try to arrest us, I can say, first of all, that he can try.
Democrats say Trump has an enemies list, but they're all begging to get on it. Who begs to get on a dictator's hit list? Exactly. They don't really think he's a dictator. They just want to pretend to be human shields for illegals. Tampon says we just don't know history.
I don't call federal law enforcement officers Gestapo. You were recently quoted. Where's the apology?
Donald Trump.
Oh, no, Donald Trump didn't. Listen, Donald Trump's not here.
Yeah.
You are, Governor.
Yeah.
You're a big boy. Put your big boy pants on.
I would ask, don't wear masks. Identify who you are. Don't pull up and
Governor, you called them Gestapo. Will you apologize for that?
And don't pull people.
Will you apologize for that?
Congressman, my job, I'm a history teacher.
Okay, so you won't.
Democrats called the L.A. riots the Mexican-American War, then changed it to the Civil War, and now they're saying it's actually World War II. And L.A. is just like the beaches of Normandy.
When you compare the old films of the Gestapo grabbing people off the streets of Poland, and you compare them to those nondescript thugs who grabbed that student, that graduated student, it does look like a Gestapo operation. It does look like the Gestapo. You know, my dad served in the Second World War. He fought the Nazis in Northern Africa. He fought the Nazis on the Italian peninsula. And I think he's looking down right now and he's happy that I'm fighting today's Nazis.
One Democrat can't decide whether to call ICE Nazis or slave catchers.
If we just roll this clock on the wall back 75 years, we'd be looking at a time in Nazi Germany where people ran around with signs like this new ICE sign that says, report all foreign invaders to ICE, with Uncle Sam there holding up the sign. This could have been a Gestapo member 75 years ago, report all Jews. 100 years before that, it could be a plantation owner that said, report all Negroes and all coloreds and all those who are from Africa, because they are disrupting our country. So let's not get it twisted here.
Do Democrats have anything else to say besides racist Nazi?
Bro, for real, bro. That's all they do, bro. Is go back to the racism, bro. Sheesh. Man, listen, anybody who is like literally still in this party is obviously you just program, bro. You just program. I tell people like this, bro. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not any of that, bro. I'm an independent thinker, bro. And independently, I was able to think, do my research, and understand that in this election that just passed, Trump was the best thing for us. period, bro. It's just common sense, bro. Even with the whole Kamala Harris thing, bro. She never was African American. Understand that. They was trying to conflate being Jamaican with African American because slaves were sent there as some, like, what? Bro, listen, she always identified herself as the first, what was it? The first what was it? Indian American, Asian American, whatever it was, it doesn't matter. It wasn't African American. She literally was the first Asian American senator, I think it was. They literally, bro, it's not a secret, bro. You can go back and do your research. So my whole thing is this. If a person, even with her, you go back, you see the videos where her saying that she want to raise the corporate tax and she want to do tax on unrealized capital gains and stuff like that. My thing is, what does that do to benefit us, me, you, the average everyday American? It does nothing. So then you go to the other side with Trump, and you got Trump who's saying we're going to do no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, even though that Social Security one might not pass in the bill. Still, the no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, all of the other things that's in the bill, that benefits everyday people. I know I'm waiting for that bill to pass because I do overtime, bro. I work. I'm an average American, bro, out here trying to make it, bro. And I know for a fact that that bill being passed will benefit me. It will definitely put more dollars in my pocket, bro, that I need. So when my whole thing is they do all of this, and you got to say to yourself, okay, what solutions are being brought to the table? None. They talking about illegal immigration, bro. And even legal immigrants who came here legally through the front door ain't with this shit. You feel me? Because they probably got family. They probably, obviously, wherever they came from, have family who want to come here and they want to do it the legal way. You know what I'm saying? They spent probably 10 years. I think it's a long process in order to become a citizen. So if you actually a full citizen that came here, then it took time, bro. It took time. It probably took finances. You had to come here. You had to learn the language, get a job. You had to do a lot of stuff in order to become a citizen. So how is it right to any of them and all the other people who are trying to come here legally to just let 10, 20 million illegal immigrants come here, bro? And then for them to be doing, not saying all of them, but it's more than enough of them doing bullshit for Trump to be doing what he's doing, bro. It's just period, bro. And on top of that, the flip side of it is how they talking about Trump wants to ruin Medicaid. No, that's going to ruin Medicaid for people who really need it because they're giving it to a bunch of illegal immigrants. So what's that going to do? That's going to literally take it away from people who actually are Americans who need it. Just facts, bro. My whole thing is I deal with reality. I deal with facts. I'm not with the whole, because I was a person who was like, oh, Trump is racist. Because when you listen to the news and you think that they're telling you real shit, you will fall into it, bro. It's just what it is. It wasn't until I woke up, until I started doing my own research and started realizing that this all was just a movie, bro. Just what it is.
Both shows, and call everyone racist Nazis day after day after day. You'd think I'd lost my mind. I'd probably get fired. Homeless guys talk like this. Do Democrats have Tourette's? Nazi, racist, Nazi, racist. They're not even making any sense. They say they only want to deport the criminals, but then they won't hold them in their jails when they get arrested. They release them before ICE can show up. Democrats don't even know who they have in their own states. Hochul just found out she's protecting a rapist.
Do you know who Sakir Khan is? You should, as the governor of New York State. Do you know?
Refresh my recollection.
He was an illegal migrant in New York. And do you know what crime he committed in addition to being here illegally?
No, I do not.
You do not. This was widely reported. He found a 15-year-old girl, threatened her with a metal pole, told her to get into the back seat of his car. He took her clothes off, and he violently raped her in Albany, New York.
Albany is the capital. It's where the governor lives and works, and she's never heard of this case. Jazzy Crockett says, who cares about migrant rapists? She only wants to talk about one thing.
They love to cherry pick. They can find, any one person that has been killed. And if they've been killed by an immigrant, then God darn it, every single immigrant is going out and they are killers. And that is the problem. But they don't want to talk about white supremacy.
Oh, my God, bro. Yo, she is like numero uno annoying, bro. Her and that chick that got fired, Joy Reid. Oh my God, bro. All they want to do, bro, is talk about racism, bro. Racism. Bro, I'm 35 years old, bro. I don't deal with racism, bro. I don't have, listen, in my entire life, bro, I've been done wrong by the police one time when I was a young boy. They stopped me. Me and my cousin got caught smoking weed. Some dumb shit. I got locked up. When they let me go, I was all high and shit. I forgot my chain. I had a chain that I literally just bought. I had for like 2 weeks, and they stole it from me. You know what I'm saying? My mom didn't fuck with the police, so she ain't fight to go get it back from me. But outside of that, I was racially profiled one time. And you know what I did? I knew the law, and I let him know, listen, I don't got my license. I got pulled over. I saw him, did follow the law, used my blinker, everything. When he pulled me over, I said, why you pull me over? He said, oh, because you didn't use your blinker back there. I said, listen, here go, I had an ID. I gave him my ID. I said, I don't have my license. Here goes my ID. It's cool, because I'm going to pull the footage from that camera at that light, and I'm going to go to court, and I'm going to beat it, because I did use my blinker. I didn't have to tell him that he racially profiled me and pulled me over. You know what I'm saying? I had my boy in the car. He hurt his foot at work. We was coming from work, and he couldn't drive. Well, he didn't feel like driving. His foot hurt. So that's why I was driving. I usually let him drive. But it was my car, but I had it in my brother's name. But he seen too, I'm black and white. My boy was Spanish, but he seen too, people probably racially profiled me, pull me over. But at the end of the day, I was calm, cool, collective, told him what I was going to do, and he let me go. My boy drove, we left. Period. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what I'm getting to is I'm not sitting here saying that there isn't racism. I'm not saying that there isn't people out here that are just pieces of shit, bro. It is what it is. But that's on every side, though. There's racist black people. There's racist motherfucking Latino people, racist white people. It's every race, bro. So when you try to make it seem like white people are just a racist come on, bro. It's 2025, bro. They need to get over it, bro. Because honestly, man, our ancestors fought for us to be in the position that we in today. For people like Jasmine Crockett to be up there talking her little shit. You know what I'm saying? So when they get up there, and that's all they do, bro. Literally, bro. Every 4 years, they bring racism out. You know what I'm saying? Notice that they don't never, when you look at shit on the news, it's unfortunate, but you're going to see the black on black crime in the inner cities, right? And you're not going to see the white on white crime. You're not going to see the Carmelo Anthony stories like that. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to see the white guy that he may have did something racist. But they're going to show that story. That's my whole point. They're going to always show the white guy doing something to the black guy. Or the woman, same thing. They're going to always make sure that image is shown, bro. It's just what it is, bro. It's black on black crime. It's white on white crime. There's black on white crime, white on black crime. It's crime, period, bro. Why they keep trying to make it seem like it's just white people out here just killing black folks, man? It's more black people out here killing black people than white people out here killing black people. But they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about what's the solution for us as black people to get our shit together, man. Because that's the real topic that we need to be talking about as black people amongst ourselves, is that we need to get our shit together. And mind you, I'm a person that been in prison. I got multiple felonies, but I turned my shit around, bro. Now at work, got a beautiful family. I'm engaged. You know what I'm saying? So it's never too late, bro. We could turn it around, bro. I'm recovering addict, you know what I'm saying? I was during that whole perk wave. I was popping them perks all crazy, got addicted to them, and, you know, it set me back. But at the end of the day, I ain't give up. Allah gave me another chance, and I took it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm doing my thing, I'm podcasting, and I'm moving on, bro. I'm not dwelling on the past, none of that shit, bro. And I used to be the guy that, when I was locked up, that'd be like worrying about the white boy that got a similar case to mine, and he got probation or he got a 364 or something like that, and like, yo, why his shit was worse than mine, bro? Why, you know what I'm saying? Why I got worrying about somebody else shit? But the moment I started taking accountability and stopped playing the victim, my life got better, bro. It's just a fact.
Talk about white supremacy? It's all we've been talking about. Remember, working out's white supremacy. Being on time is white supremacy. Merit is white supremacy. The Redskins logo, yep, white supremacy. And not admitting you're a white supremacist means you're a white supremacist. L.A. Mayor Karen Bass says she's okay with a few migrant killers on the loose because she just needs a babysitter.
We'll feel it in the construction industry. We'll feel it in hospitality. We'll feel it at grocery stores. People will begin to notice. You think about the mothers who have nannies and housekeepers. They will feel it when there's nobody to do childcare.
Bro, this is my point. I said this in my last video, bro. This is how they feel about these people. Like, my whole thing is, it's bigger than this. It's bigger than what she's talking about. This is a talking point. But my whole thing is, her talking point is to diminish the value of immigrants, to make it seem like this is all they're good for. It's building our houses, babysitting our kids, being our nannies, and all of this shit. It's crazy, bro. It's just like black folks, bro. They think all you good enough for is to dribble that ball and motherfucking get on that mic and start rapping and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't think that you're good enough to be anything other than that, bro. It's just a fact, bro. And we just gotta wake up, man. There's nothing wrong with playing basketball. There's nothing wrong with being a nanny. There's nothing wrong with being a construction worker. There's nothing wrong with none of that stuff, bro. All of that stuff is great shit. I measure success and comfortability, man. So if you comfortable doing any of them things, it's cool, man. You know what I'm saying? I work a 9 to 5. That's not my end all be all. I got bigger dreams and aspirations. That's why I'm doing this podcast. And before I was doing this podcasting thing, I was doing clothes. You know what I'm saying? I invested in that. And, and I'm going to just keep it moving. And I'm going to keep trying, keep going, man. Something going to stick. That's my whole thing.
They take their kids to school. You will feel it when your gardener goes away and you don't know where he or she is.
Oh my gosh, my garden. Who's going to water it? There are over 300 million people in this country. I don't think I'll ever be able to find anybody who knows how to use a hose. So Democrats are letting their cities burn, their stores get looted, and they're lunging at federal officials just so they can keep their housekeepers, gardeners, and babysitters. They're calling ICE the Gestapo and Trump a king because they want their berries picked.
No Kings protests planned across the country on Saturday as well. What are your thoughts on those?
What do they call no kings?
No Kings.
I don't feel like a king. I have to go through hell to get stuff approved. A king would say, I'm not going to get this. A king would have never had the California mandate to even be talking to him. He wouldn't have to call up Mike Johnson and Thune and say, fellas, you got to pull this off, and after years we get it done. No.
Yo, but just think about what he's saying. It's the truth, though. You know what I'm saying? If he was a so-called king, and if that was the truth, then he wouldn't do any of that. He would just do what he want. But he's not, bro. He's following the laws, you know, and he's doing what presidents do, bro. He's doing what presidents do, bro. And they just don't like the fact that he's actually doing shit that benefits the American people, bro. He's trying to lower our debt. He's trying to make he's not trying. He's lowering gas prices, lowering grocery prices, and he's also doing things that's going to benefit the people, man. You know, I did do a video on, but it was messed up because I had to, you know, learn all of this and get all of this situated. But I did the video on that whole the one big beautiful bill and how people was complaining about the welfare thing. People was complaining about welfare, saying that he was what did they say? They was complaining about him making changes to the welfare. But the changes that he made wasn't, bro, it was regular shit. When you get on unemployment, for instance, and this is even back in the day when I was on unemployment back in probably like 2010, some shit like that, right? When you're on unemployment, they tell you gotta look for a job, right? There's requirements even when you're on unemployment. You have to look for a job. You had to do certain things. That's all he said with the welfare thing is you, after your kid, they try to say, oh, Trump is trying to say when your kid is, excuse me, he was trying to say that Trump said when your kid is 8, that they're considered grown. Bro. That basically your kids can go work. Like you really had people making TikToks and making videos saying that, I can't believe this. Trump is saying that kids are, but they're so dumb that he was saying that he's changing the dependent age from 18 to 7. Meaning that you can't, after the age 7, you no longer just get it scot-free with no strings attached. It's all he was saying. And it has nothing to do with like tax things and shit like that. Because you know how you, when you work, you could claim dependence on your, I think it's your W-4. And, you know, you basically get more back on your check. It'll take less out of your check in taxes or whatever. The more dependence that you have. I believe that that's the way it works. You know what I'm saying? But he was saying that after 7, that you have to work. And it's part-time. You either have to work, and then he gave you other options. You can go to school. So you can be on welfare after your kid is 7. All you got to do is go to school. He basically wants people to be productive. Okay, you don't want to work. All right, go to school. Okay, you don't want to do neither of them. You can just do community service. But I want you to do something. That sounds like a president that just wants the American people to just be productive. Like, I don't understand. It's crazy, bro. This is going to show you, bro, they don't care, bro. They'll do any and everything, bro. They're going to spin every narrative. Anything that Trump does, it doesn't matter if it makes sense, if it's rational, if it helps the American people. They're going to go against it, bro.
A king. We're not a king at all.
A king would have Senator Padilla thrown in a dungeon. But he's not in a dungeon. He sat down with the secretary for a while, and then he held a press conference, and then he went on CNN and MSNBC. If Trump's a king, he's doing a terrible job. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube.
Yeah, man. Yo, it's crazy, bro. Like, these people are insane, bro. But this is it for the day, man. I'm going to do my homework, man, and bring some more videos tomorrow, man, to react to. But yeah, man, like, believe none of what you hear, half of what you see, man. You gotta do your own research. You gotta look into these things, man. Even when they talk, it's nothing wrong with, okay, you're getting the information. When they're talking about the one big beautiful bill, if they're talking about something that Trump did overseas or something that's going on, period, in this world, when it comes to anything, you have to do your own research, bro. You have to look into it. You can't just believe everything you hear, bro. Period. There's people that I fuck with, that I look at as reliable sources. But at the end of the day, what they're saying, I still have to go and double check and make sure that what they're saying is UG. That's the name on YouTube. So I'm gonna do a video tomorrow. Because he went out to Philly and was at one of the No Kings protests over in Philly. And I like his content because he basically comes face to face with these people and exposes the fact that these people are just delusional, bro. They don't even be knowing what they fighting for. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, they just use talking points from the news. They say, we're fighting democracy. Okay, how are you doing that? And then they go on about a bunch of lies, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because they believe the lies. They believe that with CNN, with MSNBC and ABC, what these people are saying on the news about Donald Trump and about his administration, they think that it's real, bro. They think that it's true. So honestly, you can't. I mean, we're full grown adults, bro. You can't just keep being naive, man. It comes a point where you gotta wake up, bro. But the one thing that I can say is that I am happy that a lot of black people, a lot of Democrats, a lot of white people, a lot of people across the board, and in every race, bro, is waking up and is seeing all the lies being told, and that we got to do better, bro. And Trump is going to go down as one of the greatest presidents ever in U.S. history. Period, bro. Yo, like, share, subscribe to the channel, man. And make sure y'all press that notification button for more content, man. This your boy SL550, and this is the N.G.L.A. podcast, man. Fuck with your boy.